Okay, so here's something. It's not what we were talking about before. I heard and this is just me just sharing a quote that I heard. So if y'all have any thoughts on it, we can talk about it. If not, just move on. So I heard a quote recently. I was listening to a video, and this man said, one of the curiosities of life is that we each have two lives. The second one begins when you realize that you only have one.
I like that.
Interesting.
That just to me comes with age and maturity, though.
That's what it is.
I mean, literally, it's like, because I can honestly say that for myself. I mean, I'm not the same person I was growing up. So.
Yeah.
And then once you realize time is finite.
Yes.
Yes. And then you're like, all right, let me get on something. Let me finish some things. Let me live life. Let me travel. Let me do a lot because, as you get older, you start seeing people check out, man, and transition. And it's like, yeah, man. I mean, especially when people start going younger than you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is the only one I got. So,
right.
Yeah, so that's legit, man.
That's actually legit. Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. Understanding our own mortality is a key to making a better life for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we can chase frivolous things, which most of us have done in our youth.
Yeah.
Chasing frivolous things that don't really matter, things that won't contribute to who we really want to be as a person, the legacy that we may want to leave, whatever, so on.
Yeah.
And when you get to the point where you understand your own mortality, like you said, that our time here is finite and limited, it changes the entire approach.
Yeah.
It changes the entire approach. I can't really recall. I'm sure if I took some time, I could probably really think about when I realized it, but life is not the same as it used to be when I was in my early 20s, when I felt invincible. When you start getting a little older and you start hurting a little bit when you wake up and, having to do stretches that you never had to do before and, all that kind of stuff. And like you say, you see loved ones or friends that you grew up with passing away. Getting in touch with understanding our mortality is life-changing, literally.
It is. And for me, I've always put a premium on relationships, but I do that more so now because you get to a point where it's just like, man, there's certain people that you got saved in your phone that you can't call anymore.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, and then that list starts to grow a little bit.
Yeah.
And so then moments like this become exponentially more important because it's going to come a time we may not be able to do this anymore. So then you value these moments, these vapor of moments for as long as you can.
Absolutely.
And that comes with maturity. A lot of people don't like having this conversation. Like I can't have the conversation of mortality with everybody. People get sad and hopeless. But that's not the goal. The goal is to just put a value on the time that you have now. Don't look at that moment that everybody's going to have to meet on their own.
Yeah.
You got to say, we're all going to meet that moment. And so what do we do before that?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, 100%, I'm all in on that.
Yeah, me too.
So, the point is not to be hopeless or, just like there's nothing even matters because we're all going to die. It's more so like we're granted a time here. Let's make the best of it. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about what we want.
Yes.
Let's try what we want. Let's eat bone-in wings and just go hard to the end, bro.
Right. Life is too short to eat boneless, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Life is short. You gotta eat bones.
All right.
I guess that makes sense.
That's I love the perspective. Don't waste your time with the bones.
Right.
Yeah.
Efficient. Tell me.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So you gotta
Finish that plate as quick as possible.
Right.
Yep, clean it up.
Yep.
Got other
things to do.
Got things to do, bro.
Right.
Yeah, that's a powerful concept on
Yeah.
I mean, and it's
perception,
something,
man.
Yep, and it's something people need to think more long term about.
Yeah.
Keeps them on a focused, purposeful path.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I like what you said about placing value on the time that we have here.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the value when you're young, when you're a kid, the
Not
concept
at all.
of old age for yourself doesn't even exist.
Nah.
I never thought about how I would feel at 30 plus years old. Never.
Bro, I remember being 15, and I remember saying 30 is so old.
Me too, bro.
Now I am 15 years exactly after 30 right now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you said that change in time. It just flips.
Yep.
And then you're like, wow, I'm 15 years after 30. I remember being 30 years ago saying to myself, wow.
I would say a good age to stay. If I could lock in an age, it would probably be 31, 32. Around that age was a pretty good time for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was really like, how old are you, Mike?
35.
See, that's a good age, man. If I seriously, dude.
30s is live, though.
30s is awesome.
30s is live because it's not 20s. It ain't messy and sloppy and careless in the 20s.
That's true.
When you're a teenager, you don't know nothing.
That's true.
You're an embryo in the 30s.
That's right.
But when you're like an embryo in the teens. But when you get to the 30s, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of coming into my own.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of feeling myself.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, you're your own man.
I would really lock into that age.
Yeah. At my age,
32, 35.
I'm gonna say 40s for me.
It's not bad
nice
either.
Because it's like you're at the point you got young wisdom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you coming into your own when you're in 30s. But for me, when you're in your 40s, you kind of definitely can say you're established and rooted in certain things that are gonna propel you and carry you through the rest of your life. That's how I feel.
I got you.
Because people look at it. People probably looking at us as like old heads now. In our 40s. But for us, life is just beginning. For some people, life is really kicking off at this stage because you're out of a, maybe certain mindsets and certain things that kind of kept you held back possibly. I don't know. I'm just talking.
I agree with you. I think I have a better understanding now of who I am as a person, of what I know about myself, what the direction that I want to go in. I'm more aware today than I have been collectively over the past 30 plus years. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's one of those things where, but the thing is, it's like where your age, you don't feel the pains that we feel right now in the body. The physical, like when you get to the 40s, you start feeling some different things in the body.
Bro, I tweaked my shoulder. That must have lasted for like 3-4 weeks. And I'm like, all I was doing was lifting some weights, man. Like, I was doing the bar.
Right.
The bar.
I was like,
I'm telling you.
Right.
That's seriously, dude. You feel it, man.
Wow. Buy a lot more Epsom salt,
Ridiculous. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
You about to say something, G?
Yeah.
I'll cut you off.
What age would you stick at? What age would you stick at? Or is that not where you were going?
That's a lot of things I was saying I was thinking about, but probably about the same. And I think like around that early mid 30s because I took a drastic turn there, but a lot of that was just was self discovery. And I don't know if I like to go through that part of the journey again, but it was freeing to start, like you said, to start realizing, okay, it's like I got one life, and am I gonna live it for everybody else's standards, goals, and dreams, or for my own?
Yeah.
And having, the confidence and the years under you to say, I'm okay, trying to figure that out by myself is kind of freeing. Right?
That's powerful. And I think we as men, it's imperative for us to tell ourselves, okay, to forgive yourself for a certain season of life. As long as you learn something from it, don't beat yourself up about it. You learn, you survive, and then you're like, I know it's very difficult. It's easier said than done. It's easier than sitting here after eating some boneless wings and saying to yourself, hey, life is, go these different seasons. I'm forgiving myself.
A meal with no leftovers in our plate, with no bones.
It's easier said than done. Like you like, since you only have one life, you don't want to waste your time. Like, because my thing for me is, I can't live backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to say to myself, okay, that happened. Hey,
that's hard, man.
I learned. Hey, but you learn, though, and you're still here. And the thing is, you have that knowledge that you have that knowledge now that like before that, you didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Before that season in your life, you didn't have that knowledge. You didn't see that coming. And so you have that knowledge now. So you say, how will I continue to move forward from there? No matter what it was. It could have been a bad relationship, or it could have been a bad decision that you made that changed the trajectory of things for you a little bit. But the thing is, you're still here and you still have an opportunity to say, well, I'm still here now. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. So what am I going to do with it?
It gets frustrated for me. You go through a situation and, let's say it goes bad and you take this awesome lesson from it, change your life. You say, okay, I'll never make that step again. I'll never repeat that mistake again. I know better going forward, but you also know you're never going to face this situation again either. You know what I mean?
That's
it's like you come out, okay, I've learned a
rough.
Lesson, but will I ever go through that situation where I have the chance to make a better decision, and will that decision have the impact on my life that the one that I messed up did? You know what I mean?
What's important there is now the fact that situation that you can't go back and correct, obviously, and you may never have a chance to redo it, basically. Now it's up to you to say, I can keep this person from falling in that same trap.
Yeah, it's like, don't get on that plane.
Don't
get on that train.
Yep.
So that's the power of that.
You'll
never face it again, but trust me, somebody else could be something similar.
Yep.
And you can be the guy to say, hey, if I were you, I wouldn't. That's the beauty of wisdom.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's your assertive advocate. That's you know what I'm saying. That's when that kicks in. What Al just said. So you become that advocate when you're able to share that knowledge to the next person on the line. You know, and I think that's so important.
It is, because you got people, man. We got people looking at us all the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
We got Mike looking at you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I
I watch y'all.
Yeah. And so
Absolutely.
it's like you could tell somebody that, like, so I'm 10 years older than you. I could say, yeah, you probably don't need to make that decision, man. Like, we're not the same person, but we are men that will conduct ourselves a certain way. That might not be the best decision for you at this time. You know what I'm saying? Because you can make a different decision at a different time that may work for you that may not work now for you. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So sometimes you got to step back, walk in patience, because that's what I've had to learn for myself. Everything comes with patience, and anything worth having, you're going to have to work for it. There's no cutting corners. For sure. If you want a good relationship, you got to work for it, and that means the person that's with you, you got to let them know you're gonna have to work for this. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to be the ones that always got to make the right choice. It's whoever's around us too. You know, so that's kind of the things that I've learned, man. And I like the age I'm at now, man, because I feel like I still feel young. Of course, our bodies don't tell us.
Right.
I got this finger in the morning, it won't damn. For real, it locks up on me. I wake up like that, you know. But other than that, man,
You gotta bang it against the wall.
Yeah, you gonna flick it. But other than that, man, like, you know, I feel pretty good about definitely my mindset and my drive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing, and you know, I was just talking to somebody earlier today about because we can be so hard on ourselves.
Yeah,
right?
man.
But the thing is, you know what we hard on ourselves about? The past.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The past is no longer there. It's kind of like what you was talking about earlier.
Man.
It is so important not to lodge in the past.
Life is a hustle.
We make a bed in the past.
Yeah.
When the future is your oyster, dude, move forward. You know what I'm saying?
But life is it's a hustle, man. You can't hustle backwards.
So, all right, I'm gonna address that what you just said. That's very valuable. And then I'm gonna give y'all my age because I'm about to flip this whole podcast upside down. My age that I will go to. Okay, you just said that we can't live in the past, and that's 100% true. I was just talking to Gary a couple days ago. I was listening to y'all. As you can tell, I'm always listening to something. I'm always working on improving. There was this guy that said. He said the reason why most people are miserable is because they're using their two most powerful faculties in order to keep them in fear. Our two most powerful faculties
that keep them in where?
In fear.
Okay.
Our two most powerful faculties are imagination and memory. He said you use our memory to think about the past, which no longer exists. And we use our imagination to be afraid of what might come, the future, which also doesn't exist.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
If we live in this time where we exist right now, make the decision now that is best for you. Make the decision now that allows you to exhibit that love, that hope, that joy, that passion, whatever it might be. Not using your imagination to worry about what's coming or what could come, and definitely not using your memory to go back and visit fearful times or things that you made a mistake, like you say, the mistakes that you've made in your past. If you use those two faculties to work in your benefit versus working to your detriment, you'll be a joyful person.
That's very powerful.
That's
bro.
very
I
powerful.
agree. I 100% agree with that.
I do. 100%.
And so, okay. The age that I would go back to is probably like 7.
But wait. Did you say go back to, or did you say lock in on? Like
go back to and stay? Probably like 7.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Not a care in the world. Christmas gift stacked to the ceiling? Oh, yeah, baby. All of my grandparents are still alive? Oh, yeah. Let's go. I'm going back there and I'm staying.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is go
hold on.
coloring books and play with Ninja Turtles. I'm in, baby. Count me in.
Oh man, wow!
All I gotta do is work on my crossover.
I like being an adult. I like being an adult though.
I don't know if that question worked out right.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. He said he wasn't gonna turn.
I was gonna mess the whole thing up.
I personally like being an adult, man. I loved my childhood, but I love being an adult way more. How you feel about that? Yeah, I love being an adult. I love being an adult. I wouldn't.
You know what? When I was a kid, I really wanted to be an adult, and now that I am an adult, well, at the point of adulthood that I'm at now, I think that I've found a really good rhythm. I think that I'm in a good place.
But you're a Toys R Us kid, though.
I'm a Toys R Us kid forever. As long as, number one, nostalgia is a very, very big part of who I am. That's number one. So the memories from that time, the happy times, the holidays, the families, all that kind of stuff. That's number one. Number two, the lack of responsibility. Man, let's go. All I gotta do is do my homework. You know how bad I was at getting homework done? If I could go back now and be like, oh, you mean to tell me all I gotta do is do 20 math questions? And I can eat and sleep and survive without having to pay a bill?
This is the part where Mike shows us we're a world apart.
Exactly, right. This is the part where all of my co-hosts lose all respect for me as a man. Right. All the respect is out the window.
I love being an adult. I like having responsibility. You know, that's
man.
I like taking care of my home. And,
I like.
Because I love my childhood. I had all that same stuff. My family, we're all together. Everybody's alive. Everybody's well. But I don't know. That was a season that was for that time. I like growth and I like being an adult now.
Absolutely. I agree with you. You know, in reality, I agree with you. But in fantasy,
in fantasy, I got you.
I mean, I get that. I mean, you know,
because
those were some good times.
Good times.
I have a couple summers when I was younger that you wouldn't mind like kind of being just it. But
and
it's still.
But see, that's the point of fantasy, though.
Yeah.
Fantasy is not. Fantasy is taking away all of the things that cause potential stress and all of that kind of stuff. Like responsibilities stress you out. You know what I mean? There's no stress being a kid. I mean, there is, but
I see you.
There is stress being a kid, but that's only because you're a kid and you don't know that shouldn't stress you out.
Right.
You know what I mean? As an adult, I look at little kids like, man, if you don't do that little homework and get on, go play the video game or something.
I know, Peter. Why are you stressing out?
Why are you stressed out?
Right.
No, the kids got their math. Have you seen the kids' math nowadays?
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
The Common Core joint?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It's wild,
my kids bring me that stuff. I be like, I don't know. I can't. It's nothing I can do for you.
So this is what I do. This is what I do because I help my godbaby with her homework from time to time.
Terrible, dude.
When she comes to me with stuff where they teaching these wild methods, I'm like, listen, 2 + 2 = 4. You don't need to worry. When she gives you the work, put the right answer. You don't have to worry about going around the world to find an answer. That's stupid.
It is so dumb. I saw it online one time. I was like, I don't know what that is.
It's absolutely
I have
ridiculous.
no idea what that is.
Now, I know that as I have a bit of an engineering mindset, and I know that creating those types of problem-solving formulas can help a person to be able to solve problems later on in life. Okay. So I understand that from that aspect.
Right.
But as far as just doing simple math, the formulas that we grew up on are fine.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to geometry and calculus and algebra and all of these more kind of slightly higher levels of doing math, that's the problem solving that you're going to need. You don't need to, man. Ain't no way.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, that Common Core ain't no joke, man. What goofball came up with that joke?
I don't even understand it,
People
man.
got to justify their doctorates.
Their doctorate. Yep. Keep a job.
I guess so, man. That's
crazy. But being an adult, man, to me, I absolutely enjoy it. Because we have these conversations. Right, because this is... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying these conversations, it help us take the next step. That's the key. Take the next step of not only maturity, but we can help someone else, right? Because I lack a lot, right? And then when I'm able to sit in a group like this, a setting like this, it caused me to get another notch up. You know what I'm saying?
Same with me.
That's a beautiful thing. That's an absolute beautiful thing.
I love being an adult because my parents, they burned a lot into me. I couldn't see it then, but I see how it's manifested. It literally has made me the responsible male that I've grown up to be from that, you know. And it's just, I don't need to be a kid anymore because it's like that was a forming, growing time. And it's like, it was good times. I particularly loved middle school. Like I went to Dorothy Fisher Magnet Middle School. Those 4 years, best years of schooling of my lifetime. None of the other stuff really, you know, high school, college. Middle school was fun because it helped me really grow creatively.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I carry that with me now. So, like, it's fun to see as an adult how that kid kind of grew into their own, especially at 45. Because, I mean, it took a lot of time.
But see, the only thing is, the only pushback I will give you is if we're talking about going to a certain age and staying there, that's different than going back and reliving your entire childhood.
I agree, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So if we're talking about starting over from a certain point and then continuing, then I'll probably start at like 20, 21. And I would relive that time. But if we're going to staying, I want to be a kid.
And then do you go back with today's knowledge, or do you go back there to where you were then? Right.
And that's the heavy part. If I'm going back to where I was, I'm not going back more than about a year or two.
That's exactly that's where I'm coming from. It's a matter of taking your current mindset back. I hate being told what to do. I hate being given a schedule and having somebody else tell me where I got to be every second of the day. I can't stand it.
With this mindset, I couldn't do that and stay
very difficult.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
But going back to where I was, it wouldn't be. I probably would go back to. Maybe
that's what I'm saying.
Very early 30s.
Early 30s. That's the sweet spot, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the sweet spot.
It's the sweet spot.
But if I'm going and staying without all of my current knowledge, man.
Yeah, then put me in a middle school or high school summer, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, those high school summers was dope. My 9th grade year was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. I had a great time my 9th grade year. My whole high school experience was pretty good. I went to a very unique high school. I went to Henry Ford Academy, which is inside Greenfield Village.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my little niece, my wife's niece went there.
Really?
Yeah, she went there. We went to her graduation. That's nice school. Yeah.
Man, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
and I didn't appreciate it at the time. I appreciated it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like the year after I graduated, I realized first of all, how unique that experience was.
Yeah.
And number two, how valuable it was. Mm-hmm. I had a fear of public speaking. And obviously that doesn't exist. But we had a course in my 12th grade year where we had to put together almost like a what they call it when you're getting your doctorate,
thesis.
Like a thesis dissertation. We had to come up with a full product line of our own choosing, something that we made up. We had to be able to present it. We had to be able to go through this entire course of basically building ourselves as a brand in 12th grade. It changed so much of my life is different than it would have been if I didn't experience that. The times where I spent, that was the first time I'd ever been in school with anybody white or brown or yellow. Anybody that was outside of black. I went to all black schools from preschool up to 8th grade. That was the first time I got exposed because I grew up in the hood, all black people all the time, which I'm no problem. But like we said before, exposure kills bias. It kills prejudice.
That's very true.
And so I was able to be exposed to people who were not like me, who didn't look like me, who didn't think like me, who didn't have the same Pentecostal background. Because most black kids grew up, or at least have some church background that's similar. So having those experiences has formed me in a way that I literally can't even quantify. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's real, man.
Definitely.
Having said that, I still would go back to like 6 or 7 years.
What gaming console was that when you were 7?
Nintendo, the NES.
The first one?
I think so. No.
The gray box?
No. NES came out the year I was born, actually.
Okay.
So by the time I was 7, we were probably in like Sega era.
Yeah, I think
it was when you were 7.
We talk. That's 1994.
94. So you're talking like
that's Sega.
Yeah.
Early Sega
Genesis. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I thought that was
no. We might have still been in the Nintendo era.
In the NES. Mid-90s.
That was
when you were born.
That was
not when I was born.
We were in that transition because that's like when Neo Geo was coming out. Because we were like in a lull for video games. I got the 3DO during that time, and like nobody had it. And it was like 2 games that I liked on there.
So I can't even look nothing up.
PlayStation.
Crazy.
So
we in this.
It wasn't PlayStation. 1994.
96.
PlayStation was 96.
Yep.
that's what I'm about to say. When was PlayStation?
PlayStation
Yeah,
is
the
96.
great.
So that's what I'm trying to think. Like 2 years
What
before
box was
PlayStation
that?
came out, because
Okay,
it's like we had like Genesis was the last good system before that, and it was like a lull. It was like a whole bunch of random crazy things coming out.
The
So
first
then
PlayStation was that gray box with the circle.
The
on it.
white,
sir.
yeah, the white or gray one, yeah.
Yeah.
Had
That's right.
Two gray
The
circles.
Two,
at the top.
yes.
with the reset button and
Wow.
power.
When I got that system, I got it for Christmas. First of all, y'all know my father a little bit. You know my father pretty well. My father is so traditional and old school. I never thought I was gonna get a PlayStation. I begged and begged and begged.
Did y'all
My
have
father-
cable? Did y'all have cable?
We had cable when we were very young, and I remember my father seeing something on a cable channel
Got it.
that he didn't like and canceled the
Turn the whole
cable.
thing
Gotcha.
off.
I'm sorry. Okay, so the video.
So,
You still want to go back to that time?
I love it. Now we're breaking it down.
That's seriously. That's one of the main reasons why I think the mindset that drove how we grew up.
Yeah, brother.
If I went back with the knowledge I have now, I would blow up.
yeah, with the knowledge I have now,
blow
I'll
up.
burn the house down.
I would blow up.
But
Gotta edit that. Gotta get the
Problem
bars.
child.
no, you ain't gotta bring. Everybody in my family is aware that I would burn the house down. I have the knowledge I have now.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. Okay, so the year that PlayStation came out, I begged and begged and begged, and I just knew it wasn't gonna happen because my father's like, "No, you're not about to bring no game system and the devil's game system in his house."
That is hilarious. Oh,
And so,
man. My parents
it's
never said it
crazy,
like that.
bro.
It's crazy, man. On Christmas,
Which one do you want to use to listen to this?
I didn't know what it was. I was like, this guy's hips talking.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
that Christmas, my father bought me a PlayStation, and I could not. But it's the best toy I've ever received in my life.
I love that. Because I remember my best toy at 12. I remember the toys I wanted at 12. And it was a Lobo 2 remote control car. And I remember not being able to sleep. And I still have it to this day. It's in the basement.
Do you really?
Yeah, the Lobo 2. It don't work. It don't like. But I could not
Still got my
sleep.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I could not sleep. That's the toy I wanted like forever.
Wow.
And I remember seeing it like a catalog or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I gotta have it.
Yeah.
And I was 12 years old. I still have that toy. That's like
Wow.
one of my only toys I got left.
Really?
Nice.
I got all my old.
All right, check this out, man.
I love
I
it.
got a story, man.
All right, what's up?
Yeah.
I won an NES.
Uh-huh.
My mom got me an Action Max.
I don't know what it is. What is that? I never heard of that. Is that?
I don't even know what that is.
Hey, what is that, dude?
Is that a Kmart?
Dude, it's a Kmart or whatever. You put a VHS in and you shoot.
Ah.
And when you're ready to play it again, you rewind it.
Dog, you lying.
Yeah, we gotta look that up. I never heard of
I
that.
never heard
Please
of
pull
that.
up the action too. Please pull up the action.
Hey,
I
what
wish
was,
I can't look it up on mine.
What was Activision? Was that a maker? A game?
Yeah, that's a
okay.
game
So that wasn't a console.
Nope.
It's a game maker. That is.
I'm gonna bring it up on the screen.
I have-
Activision was Atari for a little bit. Weren't they?
That's what
partnered?
it was.
Yeah,
Yup,
Activision
yup.
was
But they
Atari.
manufactured the game.
Ain't
right?
that
They became a manufacturer.
Got it. Okay. Because I thought.
No,
I
they're a
thought-
developer.
That's what I meant. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. The
Okay.
developer. But
I
back
think
in the
Atari was
Atari
always
days-
doing the hardware. I think.
I
I
got
could be
you.
wrong. That's before my time a little bit.
Wow, bro, I never seen that.
You never seen that in my house?
I've never seen that. No. I've never seen that.
What it
bro.
cost, like $20?
It was $29. It was $20.99.
That's pretty cheap. So you were crying with a tear. You're like,
Right.
man.
Hey,
That's
that's
so
I would put it
funny.
up on a green screen.
I
That's
never heard.
hilarious.
I never heard of that, man.
We gotta watch some YouTube videos
The
at
fact
some
that it was a
point.
console I never heard about.
Yeah,
Right,
so,
right.
That's
Okay,
wild.
so what's y'all's favorite console to this day?
PS2.
Really?
PS2
Well, hands
was-
down.
And it ain't even close.
Classic. No.
It was
PS-
so
That's
many
fascinating.
games.
Not only
so
that,
many games.
not only is
So
that our
many.
opinion, that's just a fact.
Wow.
It's the highest selling
Still
console.
highest selling console.
Oh,
outside of the
over Nintendo and all that?
It might. The
It was
Switch
great.
might have passed it by now.
Switch was getting close, but as of a couple months, because we looked at that list a couple months ago.
think so, yeah.
PlayStation 2 was still at the top at the time.
Wow.
PlayStation
It was
2 has
great,
not
man.
been around for what?
So how long was the-
15 years?
But
Or
how long was
more?
the run, though? How long was the run?
It was
man?
very long.
10,
I remember that. I
7,
remember
8
that.
years, I think.
That's a good run.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, classic.
It's not even. If I could, I'd throw away. If they started making games
Yeah.
on the PlayStation 2 for this generation,
Yeah.
everything else can go.
Good
PlayStation
times,
2 was such a fantastic. It was revolutionary.
Man.
It was the first time we were able to play really online. Dreamcast had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But PlayStation 2 was the real deal for multiplayer online.
Man, I did not know that. Who was the
man.
competition at that time? Who did they kill? Who was they killing at that time?
Xbox, the first Xbox.
Wow.
Xbox came out late, and that's what caused the issues for the next generation.
Got it.
Xbox came out a while, like 2 years after PlayStation 2 had been out.
And they were having issues though with the console. Too.
No, original Xbox wasn't.
Oh.
But when they compared the two, they always felt like Sony had won because they had a 2-year head start.
That's what it was.
So they rushed the development of the 360 in order to get that out before PlayStation 3. That's what happened to Red Ring of Death.
Yep.
They didn't go through
that's
the
I remember the
development
Red Ring of
cycle.
Death.
They rushed the hardware out. They didn't validate it correctly, and that's what just screwed up the next generation.
But 360 was good, though.
360.
Man.
360 was cold.
All right, so it went. All
That's
right, let's do the rundown. Let's do the rundown.
I love history. It's fascinating.
Yep. So you got NES
Uh-huh.
was of course you got back in the day you got a
You going in order or you going
in
your
order?
best? Okay.
In order from the kings.
Okay. Right.
So PlayStation, of course, rocked the entire world because that was the
really
first
did,
disc-based
man.
Yes,
system.
that's right.
No,
Okay.
Yes.
32X and Saturn.
Sure was.
Oh yeah,
sure
Saturn.
was.
I remember
Sure
Saturn.
was.
Wow.
Okay,
Saturn.
it was the best.
It was the best, and even 3DO. 3DO was a predecessor.
3DO.
3DO was the
Gotcha.
and there was another one. I can't remember what it was. But there was
remember
another
Saturn, bro.
CD-based system.
Was
There was like 3 or 4 CD-based ones before PlayStation.
So they killed cartridge. They killed it. When PS2 came along, they pretty much.
No, PlayStation 1
PlayStation killed the cartridge because
that was the final nail in the coffin.
I got you. Okay.
Okay, so PS1. Then after PS1, Dreamcast was okay a little bit. Their marketing is what really killed them. Dreamcast was a fantastic system.
Yeah.
Then you had, and then it was PS2, right? PS2 reigned supreme for a long time.
I remember that. Yeah, I do.
It was so much so that Xbox wasn't even relevant. The first Xbox.
Gotcha.
To real gamers, Xbox wasn't relevant. Then Xbox 360 was the following king of systems.
Also
really
disc
good.
based. I can't remember.
That was everything's disc-based now.
Got it. Okay.
So the rival for Xbox 360 was the PS4, which
3.
I mean, I'm sorry, PS3, which I think actually even outsold the 360, right?
Initially, like in the first. Initially, it did, but it didn't hold. They didn't keep up development with it like they should have.
Okay. 360 revolutionized the way that online gaming. So PlayStation 2 started off the revolution of how they pioneered a lot of the online gaming. Xbox 360 with their gamepad, the Xbox Live, which was a system that they created, which was a subscription-based system, which caused them to be able to really monitor the servers and all that kind of stuff. So PlayStation 3 had a similar, they were online, but they didn't have a subscription-based service. It was free to play online.
Home.
Which means that it was
a part of it.
It was trash. It was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Xbox 360 killed it with that. They did such a fantastic job.
Yeah, they did.
The controller, they revolutionized the way the controllers are held, and to this day, to me, there's no controller that's been better than the 360 on up to the Xbox.
Look, wow, is that debatable?
I like them. No, I like both of them. I don't think I favor one over the other. I like both of them.
Gotcha.
I favor the ergonomics of the Xbox.
The
controller.
Xbox, I gotta agree. That one is really, really nice.
Yeah, the ergonomics are just like, to me, PlayStation is just stuck. Like I don't want to hold my controller like this anymore. Like the natural way your hands go when you rest them is more like this versus like this. And PlayStation just they want to stick with the way that their brand looks because their controller is part of their branding, the way that it looks. Anyway, 360, then PS4. PS4 and Xbox One, you can kind of go either way. Most people, I think PS4 kind of won that era though. And now I don't know. PS5 might be in the lead.
Yeah.
I stopped caring.
Yeah.
I got PC.
Growing out of it, maybe?
No, I got PC and now I don't give a crap about consoles.
Got you. PC, no.
We big kids. We haven't run out of it yet.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. But no, 'cause we all got our things. So I've never been into video games.
Okay.
Like I still have a little PS2 console.
Really?
It's in a box somewhere.
I got all mine.
Yeah, I don't do nothing with it, man. I only got a few games at that.
Okay.
I'm really more been into films.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
But so like the online experience, how's that versus back in the day? Is it still fun or is it a different experience?
It's different.
Because it was so new, and Mike knows, you remember this, me playing SOCOM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All
For
the time.
years, I purposely moved within.
Attention.
I purposely moved within 5 to 10 minutes from work so I could come back home during lunch breaks and play SOCOM.
That's serious.
Wild.
Yeah,
It was
that's
bad.
serious.
wild.
It was bad. I would routinely come
Yes,
back home
you
and play
would.
SOCOM and then go back to work.
I love it, man. Everybody got their thing, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I
SOCOM
love
was a different game.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. SOCOM intense you to fight dog.
Yep.
Wow.
Even the
So many,
handhelds.
so many hours.
Dude, the handhelds, the PlayStation, what was it called?
PSP and
Dude, I
Vita.
love that
Oh,
thing. And the
yeah.
graphics were beautiful on that game.
Yep.
You know,
I had a PSP when they came out. Remember me trying to connect it to your PS3 so we can play SOCOM together? I'm trying to do like this on my little thing.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
But it also has to be said, though, I don't know how we got into games, but anyway, it has to be said, though, that Nintendo has been the most revolutionary as far as the hardware goes.
Sure.
I got you.
Because
They started off with 8-bit.
I mean, it's not. No, I'm talking about the peripherals.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Because everybody does, graphic upgrades and processor upgrades and everything else. That's just standard. And it's to the point where it's almost like it's not even worth mentioning. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the motion controls, the camera controls,
Yes.
everything that Nintendo has done now. Now, Xbox did pick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped it. They haven't done anything as much with it because they had like I forgot what the camera was even called on Xbox Connect, right? Where you started like even like without a controller, you could do like motion stuff on a camera. But that all still came from what Nintendo was doing. So from a peripheral
I see
standpoint,
what you're saying.
the light gun,
They started it.
the Wii motion controls.
Yeah.
I think they had the first vibrating controller.
Love.
No.
Okay, the Power Glove, and then now the Switch, right? Having a console that you can, put the controllers on the side of the console, make it a portable.
sweet, yeah.
They're the first ones that did all that stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
We
So
have a
they
Nintendo
had-
Wii at home, actually.
Yeah, they've had the most. For sure. Even the Wii U, every one of those, man. It's like their console runs
about the Wii U.
always brought huge innovation to the industry.
That
Huge.
Wii U was
Yeah.
a flop, wasn't it? The Wii U.
Yeah,
Compared
but
to
again,
the Wii and the Switch.
compared to him, but the concept though, right?
Oh, yeah.
That making
still
where
got it.
your console is your handheld device.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They killed it.
Hands down.
They killed it.
They've been the most consistent too because Mario will never die.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Mario has been a staple in
30 some years
That's
now?
crazy,
30
yeah.
plus maybe?
40.
For Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
Donkey, he wasn't Donkey Kong. He came first.
Because actually before that though, Mario Brothers was Mario, Super Mario.
Mario's
What was
first
it
appearance
called?
was in
It was
Donkey
Donkey
Kong.
Kong.
Wow, that's right.
So,
I didn't,
No, there was a Mario Brothers game. It was an arcade game that was up before Donkey Kong.
I don't
Oh,
think
when
so.
they battle one another?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, is
that
that what it was?
Wow.
I think it
And
was just
then
Mario
he went
Brothers.
then he went to Donkey Kong. We could look
Or
that
Mario
up. We
something.
I
That's
thought the
that's
first time
amazing.
he was maybe that's on home console.
There's the first time on the home console.
was on Donkey Kong. Okay.
Yeah, because I had the other one on Atari.
Okay.
That is me. I did not know that, bro. I didn't know Mario was around that long.
Yeah, he's been around for a long
40
Late
plus years.
70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Where's Nintendo at right now, though?
They're doing well.
They're doing well. Yeah, they got the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a Switch.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you brought over that day?
Switch Lite.
No, that's the Steam Deck.
Okay, cool.
So it's
Okay.
like the PC version.
I wanna
But
see
again, there'd be no Steam Deck without
There's a graphic.
Nintendo's
Gotcha.
Wii U and Switch.
Gotcha,
You know what I mean?
gotcha. So they're the innovators.
Yeah, that for home hardware,
Yeah.
nobody's innovated more than Nintendo has.
Gotcha.
The game industry would not be the same without Nintendo's contributions. They haven't even tried to step in and compete with PlayStation and the Xboxes.
Yeah.
But from a hardware perspective, they have definitely revolutionized home gaming more than anybody else has, for sure.
I love this discussion, man, because I'm not very knowledgeable on video gaming. So, yeah, it's just fun to kind of know the history of things.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to nerd out from time to time.
Definitely, man. I nerd out on a couple of things, but video games just hasn't been it for me.
Gotcha.
So that's why I like to talk about it, because I just, I don't,
Yeah.
I
Now
just,
we
that never did. I don't know if it's because I got some kind of stigmatism or something. I just could never lock into video games, man. Some of them give me a headache.
Yeah, me
You know
too.
what I'm saying? So I can't.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's so funny because my cousin Nikki, when we used to play back in the day, we used to have 7 or 8 of us on at the same time. We used to get up early on Thanksgiving morning.
That's
Remember?
awesome.
We used to get up early on Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah.
And I think most holidays we got up super early before the family would all come together. We all be at our own homes playing video games. But anyway, long story short, my cousin Nikki used to laugh at me because I get motion sickness. And so there are certain games that we would play, and I'd be like, hold on, y'all, let me go grab my Dramamine. I would pop Dramamine and play.
That's serious.
Yeah, it's serious.
But y'all had that community, though. I mean, it make families closer, man. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yeah.
So you got those memories like that.
Absolutely, man. For me, that's one of the golden periods of my gaming experience.
Yeah.
Being able to get on, man, that job was so much fun.
No, but we got on it because we were talking about going back to the childhood, and I just thought about
that's
what console was out.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I like random history like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Sure, that's good.
And then I know y'all know about it, so I'm like, hey,
Love talking about games.
Okay. So we talked about our favorite toys. What was y'all's favorite toys?
Oh man,
Your
without question.
best toy ever. You said yours was the RC car.
Definitely, but it was. But I love Transformers though, and Voltron.
That's it.
Hands down, because I've always loved robots and stuff.
Okay.
So Voltron, I had the auto Voltron. No, I had the Lion one.
Okay.
No, it was the auto one. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did with it. I wish I still had it.
I'm so mad. I got
Yeah, it was beautiful, man.
You know how much money those things are worth?
Man,
They're worth a lot. They're beautiful. They were beautiful toys,
Yes,
man.
they were.
And metal.
They were metal. Oh
I'm
my
telling
god.
you, I don't mean to interrupt your
No, you
story.
good.
I love Voltron 2. I have Voltron 1. I have Voltron 3.
Man, bro.
Might threw them away.
Yeah, we used to just destroy our stuff. I remember he used to tie M86 G.I. Joes and throw them up.
I used to do that too.
Yeah, blow them
Towards
to
the
pieces.
end, towards
We used
the
to tear our junk up. But I loved my Voltrons and Transformers. I had several Transformers, destroyed all of that. But and that was before 12. So that was my stuff before.
Yeah.
When I got that RC control, after that, no other toy ever mattered until I was an adult. 12 years old, that was it for me.
Really?
Yeah, and I kept that mug to this day because I just love like engineering machinery, how things work. You know, I was like, oh, it's beautiful. I had to show it to y'all sometime.
Yeah.
I got it, man. I still got that mug. What was your favorite stuff though?
Man,
We
that's
destroyed
the same
all of your
thing.
junk, man.
Yeah.
all your stuff.
Yeah,
got
when
destroyed.
Dean came over, they used to
He would just stomp our junk like, what are you doing, man? He just stomp it, man.
What?
He would just destroy our
I
junk.
couldn't believe it, man.
Dog.
I'm like, I just got this.
I just got
I
it.
never understood, dude. We had this.
I got a story like that too.
I had this
He would
truck.
steal our toy. He steal my junk. I'm like, where is all my
Listen,
stuff?
man. He took the Matchbox Hot Wheel trucks.
yeah.
He had a bat. He was like,
Dude was crazy. I never understood anything.
why would you do that?
Why didn't y'all beat him up, man?
I used to be stunned. One time we were shadow boxing. I was like, we just practicing, man. He was like, bah! I was like, I said, you actually hit me. And this shit was bleeding. I was like, why? I just said, why? He was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
no way,
I said, we're
man.
no longer cousins.
Ain't no way.
Honestly.
Ain't
But
no
I'm
way.
trying to remember, you had all the G.I. Joes.
I had 65 G.I. Joes.
Yeah, man.
I had, I had them all organized and everything, man. But as I got older, now I just started throwing them things out.
Beheading the mug.
I wish I could help them, man. I had all the guns.
The
I
toys
cut
were
out
so
all
well
the,
made.
The code
Yes, they were.
names.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were.
I cut out
I had
all
a
the
box.
code
Had a
names,
box collecting all.
man.
I say the little
Wow.
ID card.
man.
Every last one of them.
man.
Yeah, I had a lot of
Every last one of
Legos. I had a lot of Legos.
Yeah,
I
had
love
Legos,
Legos
too.
because I love building stuff.
I had Action
Connects.
Max.
Remember Connects?
Connects was sweet. I remember Connects, yeah.
I had Connects.
Sweet.
I built
man.
a roller coaster in my room. I mean, not a roller coaster, a Ferris
X
wheel.
is so cool.
Sweet,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome,
this is
bro.
dope.
Yeah, Connects were. I thought Connects was next level, man.
It
They were
was
nice.
so sweet.
They were nice. So yeah.
My favorite toy, of course, was the PlayStation. Best toy I've ever had.
Yeah.
That's my favorite gift that I've ever received from my parents.
Yeah.
But my favorite toys were Ninja Turtles. Hands down.
They were sweet.
Hands
Yeah.
down,
They
it
were
was
sweet.
Ninja Turtles. I didn't need nothing else. If you gave me all of the 4 Ninja Turtles and
Yeah.
Shredder and Splinter and
Yeah.
Casey, I was good, man. And
Oh,
Rocksteady
man.
and Bebop, I had all of them.
That's hilarious,
Yep.
bro. I
What
love
about
it.
the ones you wanted but you could never get?
So what I wanted was and I eventually did get it, but I wanted it for so long, and I think I got it. Gary might have given it to me secondhand or something, but my parents wouldn't buy it. I think it was the
The body of Krang.
nope, it was the hideout, the sewer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
sewer
Now, how
base.
was that
Yep.
built? Was it like a? I can't remember.
Same
how
way they used to do like the He-Man stuff.
Yeah, we could just kind of
Oh,
open it.
Ah,
Closure
that
thing,
was
you open
sweet.
it up and see inside.
Bro,
Yeah.
I love the time they took with toys. I had I had Panthro and I had the Thundercat tank.
I remember that.
Wow.
And the doors
I
open
remember
and the gun came. Did you had a tank?
I used to
I love the tank,
Thundercats.
man.
So I was, and this
so
is one of the
That was
things
sweet.
I don't like about myself from when I was
Yeah.
a spoiled brat.
Okay.
I was a brat.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I went hard on toys, man.
Man,
Yeah,
the tank was so sweet.
yeah,
It was all
was-
plastic, but just the craft.
It was putting on the thing and the
Yes,
the
yes.
arm
Shut up.
yeah, man.
Man,
Dude, what I always wanted the aircraft carrier.
G.I. Joe. How big was it?
so
It was
big.
it was
It was
massive.
the size of this couch.
It was
man.
big. It was
That's
big.
They
crazy.
did.
I think that's
things
the one.
big
That's the
back
one
in
big
the
one I
day.
did. I didn't have the aircraft carrier. I had the oil rig.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sweet
it was
too,
amazing.
man. Oh, G.I. Joe had so much
Yeah, it
stuff,
was a
dude.
lot.
G.I. Joe, He-Man did.
Transformers
had a ton of
Transformers.
And the stuff, it was actually kind of expensive.
Yeah,
So my
it
parents,
was.
they had 3 boys, they couldn't get us all that shit.
Yeah, sure.
You know, so I never got Optimus Prime. I wanted them, but I did get Ultra Magnus. So,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
Ultra
that.
Magnus was sweet. He was a car carrier,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
Nobody beat Optimus
Yeah.
Prime because Optimus
Right.
Prime when he came out, he was metal.
Yeah,
You
he
know what
was.
I'm saying? When they made die-cast,
I think most of them were.
I think,
most
yeah.
of them had metal parts.
Megatron turned into a gun. Remember that?
Yeah, an actual
man.
gun.
Yeah,
My
Megatron.
dad was. It took me so long to get him to let up and let me get that thing. He just did not want me to have toy guns.
Do you remember when we? Yeah, you know, you're right.
Back in the
I
day,
know
back in the day, we just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they had
Do you remember when I
was-
found that in the attic, the Megatron, and we could not figure out how to get it to work? This was years and years ago.
Yeah.
I found it in the attic because a lot of him and his sister, my cousin Nikki, their toys were in our attic.
Oh, okay.
And so I just remember going up there one time, just looking around and stuff, you know, just a lot of old family stuff in the attic.
Yeah.
And I think you might have even asked me about it to see if I could go up there and find stuff. So anyway, I found Megatron. And it was like a tan metal. I was like, yo, this thing is amazing.
It was sweet.
Solid,
So I called him.
It was metal, man. That's what's
We
crazy.
spent about 20 minutes standing outside my grandmother's house trying to figure out how to get this
transform it?
thing back into a gun.
Wow.
Dog, I don't know if we ever even figured it out.
I don't know, man, but can you imagine the engineering that went into making this?
Oh my
That's my
goodness.
thing.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
That's amazing.
Fascinating.
It's
It was
amazing.
fascinating.
Amazing.
I
Yes,
was-
it is.
You know what's even more fascinating is that kids then were able to do it like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The toys that if you bought a Transformer now, it's like you push a button and it just.
It's like a GoBot.
It's
like GoBots were like
It's made for dumb people.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
They don't trust that kids have the intellect now.
I know.
It's like a
they had
GoBot.
then.
Remember GoBots?
Yes.
GoBots
Yeah.
is like you just pull it apart.
Yep,
This
yep.
is boring, man.
It's like the McDonald's.
flip up.
Remember the McDonald's? I had the fries where it like turns
Pull
into
it back and it drives and it
Yeah,
pops open.
yeah,
It stands up.
Those are terrible.
They do it for you. You don't have to do anything.
Right.
Yeah, I liked Megatron. I liked Galvatron, Starscream.
Starscream
was
so
sweet.
sweet.
Galvatron was sweet. That was a purple gun. wasn't it?
Shockwave.
Galvatron probably one of my favorites.
Soundwave,
Soundwave,
Shockwave,
light effects. I'm
Blaster.
sorry.
Yeah, no,
light
you good.
effects and everything.
Yeah,
man.
Galvatron was one of my
was cold.
favorites, and then all the Giants were phenomenal. Superion,
Superior,
Devastator,
yeah.
Predaking,
Devastator.
all of those.
Bruticus.
The Predacons. Yeah, Predacons did the Predaking.
And the Dinobots.
Dinobots.
Yeah.
Did they do Bruticus? Who was Bruticus?
Bruticus was a Stunticon.
Stunticons. Oh my God!
Wow.
Now I want to go back to something.
no.
Now I want to go stay at 7 years old.
No.
Now serious. Now I want to go back.
It was the Bruticus was Starscream's group. What are they called?
Aerial bots? No, the aerial bots were
That was Superior.
Superion.
Is that Superior?
The aerial bots were
Yeah,
Superion.
that's Superior.
Were the
Bruticus was
emergency vehicles? Those were something else too.
Yeah, they sure were.
We're gonna have to Google Bruticus though.
I got to, because Bruticus was the was Starscream's crew. Because you
Oh,
remember
he was a bad guy.
Yeah, because the Bruticus was bad.
Yeah, and
I
then
forgot their names.
Devastator was the Destructicon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Devastator was sweet, bro.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was
Yes,
like
he
a
was.
dominating robot.
Oh, man.
Devastator was nice.
Dude,
Yeah, I would. If I had a son, if I had a son, I'd probably name him with Galvatron. Probably name him Galvatron. People are like, what are you thinking?
Right.
Swindle.
That's funny.
Because I know Swindle was the Jeep for Bruticus.
Yeah.
Swindle. I can't even think of it.
Wow.
And then you had the Stunticons. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, they were phenomenal. All of the Giants, I loved all of because I loved the giant robots. They put me in the mind of Voltron and stuff. I just love because Voltron would be in outer space. You know what I'm saying? Fighting monsters.
I know, man.
That shit was so cold, man.
Man,
So
and
cool.
you might be right, Mike. It might be nice to go back to.
Trying to tell you, man.
'Cause those are phenomenal memories, man.
Yeah,
All of that.
man.
We said Bruticus and all that. I'm like, dude, all of them robots,
Oh,
man.
man.
So yeah, my favorite toys is in my childhood because we rush home from school,
Transformers.
and me and my brothers
man.
be fighting watching G.I. Joe and Transformers. I think it was Saturday mornings or through the week. I don't know, but yeah.
Dude, Thundercats, man.
I remember
Thundercats is
I remember
Silverhawks.
making my
Yep.
mom late for church
Silverhawks,
on
yes.
a regular basis watching Ninja Turtles on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, man.
It was good,
mean,
man.
Why are you still downstairs? Get up here and get. I'll be downstairs like,
Like, right. Like, Mom, I'm already in church.
right.
For real,
This
yeah.
is what I believe.
Seriously, bro.
Dude, those writers, man, they knew.
They were
how to-
brilliant.
They were brilliant.
They were
man.
brilliant. And
Good stuff, man.
Y'all remember the old roller skates from back then with no protection? It's just a strap.
straps, yeah.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, they were like metal. I
Yeah,
think.
they
yeah.
Was that
roll your ankle.
You put your shoe in.
Yep.
There you go, yeah,
Leave
yeah.
your shoe on and just strap them over your. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
All right. So, what was your favorite toy ever? You had probably 10 times more toys than the rest of us. Joe spoiled, but
I don't either. Probably Ninja Turtles too.
Okay.
Yeah, probably
Ninja Turtles was sweet, man.
Dog,
I mean,
Ninja Turtles.
how do y'all feel the first movies that came out? Did they do it justice? Like what was Ninja Rap with Vanilla Ice?
The first movie.
Yeah, you didn't care. It was just the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
I was in that mindset.
Yeah. For me, it was just the fact it was Ninja Turtles. I loved it.
Yeah.
Purely because it was Ninja. But then when they did the ones with Bebop and Rocksteady,
Uh-huh.
I was like, I can't believe they did Bebop. Dog, I was in the theater like, I love this so much.
Yeah. I've hated all of the Transformer films that have been out. I hate them.
You know what? I like
terrible,
the first
man.
couple ones
I
only
hate
because of the nostalgia. But
Yeah,
once they started going, got into their rhythm, I was like, I'm done. I haven't even seen like the last three.
Nah, I can't do it, man.
Listen, his mouth started moving.
You said you
I
need.
can't.
I was like,
seen any
dude.
of them?
I said you haven't missed anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't. I don't
I
like
watched
them.
all of them.
Okay.
Terrible. It's Michael Bay.
Yeah.
He just ruined that whole child. He ruined all our childhood.
Yeah.
I remember
Terrible
being
films.
a kid, man. We had these hampers that we put our dirty clothes in. And so basically they were like, just the big giant garbage cans with the plastic lid on it.
Yeah.
I remember poking holes in the size of that lid and putting some string through the lid so I could wear it on my back like a turtle shell.
That is hilarious, man.
And I used
love
to
it.
have.
I wish you had a picture of that.
Remember back in the
I
day?
would love to see that.
All right, get this though. Remember back in the day when you would get your clothes back from the cleaners and they would have the little cardboard bottom rung, like the
hanger.
bar? I would break those off of my mama's hangers and make them into nunchucks because, I'm Mikey, of course.
Yeah.
And I would be running around my house swinging them all over the place, jumping on beds.
Love it, bro.
Oh,
That's being a kid. That's
you
being a
couldn't
kid.
tell me I wasn't a
love to see
Ninja
that.
Turtle, bro.
I love it, man.
So remember they used to spin on their backs?
Yeah,
Oh, man, I tried for years to be able to do that
With a
the thing on
hammer,
my-
yeah, that's
and it
hard,
hurt
bro.
so bad it just cut all in the back, all in my back.
That is hilarious, dog.
That's a shame.
I'm on the floor like trying to spin on.
I love it. I wish they could have caught that on video, man.
Man,
I would love to see
That is
that.
where I first got into my weapons fix too, because I was by some
yeah.
warehouse and I found 2 pipes that had like holes in the side of them.
Yeah.
So I found like some wire and I made nunchucks out of like 2 little metal pipes like that.
Oh.
I used to bust myself up with that with those
Man.
things. And that same warehouse, I grabbed a whole bunch of nails and made like a cardboard wraparound, taped all the nails together and made Wolverine claws.
That's sweet,
man.
though.
That is sweet.
Those are my favorite characters.
dog.
What I'm saying,
Right.
the aerial bot, I had the jet. Just one.
Not the whole team, man.
Not the whole team.
Yeah.
It was always one of everything, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I had the
what you
black lion
mean.
or the top, on
Voltron.
that's all I had.
Yeah.
I had to.
Dude,
Everybody else was on vacation. I had to make up something. I had to make it up.
Dog, that's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Well, it ain't no better for me, man. My father, we used to go to KB
man.
or Toys R Us or
KB.
whatever.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
And we would so my father he didn't like nothing that was excessively violent, and everything was excessively violent to him. So I would go in and try to find action figures, and we would have to literally stand there and pick up each one and see what they got on, see if they got any weapons, see if it's any blood, see if it.
Oh, that's no fun.
Oh man, no, it wasn't fun at all. And so we would spend 10 minutes just for me to pick up one toy that he would be like, okay, you can get that one. I remember one time.
Is this toy saved?
Right. They ain't got no Jesus action figures in here. They got Moses. I remember one time I had this, I think it was Ken Shamrock. I had a Ken Shamrock action figure. And was Ken Shamrock when he was wrestling, didn't he have the kissing lips all over his?
I don't
No,
remember.
that's
Bro,
Heartbreak
you said
Kid.
Ken Shamrock.
You talking about Heartbreak
Shamrock
Kid?
That's a
UFC.
Heartbreak Kid.
No. Back in the day, he was WWF.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock was WWF way back in the day.
How long? You talking about Ken Shamrock?
Ken Shamrock was WWF.
The most dangerous man in the world.
Yep.
I
I
remember that.
I'm telling you, I had a Ken Shamrock toy.
Interesting.
Wow.
And this was long before I was a kid. This was long before UFC even existed, right?
I'm very confused
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm like.
I mean, I was heavy in the
remember that.
WWE.
I got
Yeah, I was heavy. I was
Most of my,
heavy.
I was heavy. I knew all the
Y'all,
players, man.
y'all gonna make me look it up.
You
Y'all
gotta
make
look
me
it up
think
because
I'm crazy.
I'm like
It
thinking
can't be the Mandela effect.
Because the lips on the thing, that was Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah, I was Ravishing Rick.
Yes.
Oh,
So I had that too.
I thought it was Heartbreak Kid.
So I had that
my
too.
bad. So it is Ravishing.
But anyway, so I had both of those two, and you're right. I think Ken Shamrock had on black shorts or something.
Okay,
but anyway,
but
So anyway, the one with the kissing lips.
Shamrock at WW.
Yeah, are you looking that up?
Yeah, I can look it up.
Okay.
So anyway, we had a kid, we picked them up. They came in, I think, a set or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, that one with them kissy lips on his shirt, you're going to have to cover that up or something like that, like color it in. I'm like, yo, you got to be kidding me, bro.
Yeah.
That's how it was for me. So you had it bad, but I had it worse.
Yeah, my parents weren't quite like that. It was like we just didn't see. So we just didn't, I didn't know.
Yeah, right.
My parents were with shoes. We couldn't have the sweetest shoes.
Oh,
So my schoolmates let us have it.
Bro,
They let us have it, bro.
I walked in. I will never forget, man, when
See,
he told you
to
WWF, see? Ken Shamrock, WWF.
Let me see how you look, man. What years were those?
Had to be in the 80s.
It was a long, long time ago. I was a little kid, long before
That's amazing.
MMA was even a thing.
But I'm following WWF and WWE like for all the period of time.
Trying to see. Hold on.
So you had
But I remember when the first Jordans came out,
Uh-huh.
right? No, when the first Jordans came out, they gave me a bootleg pair that wasn't Jordans, but it had that same design. Like like the first one had like the little arc up here and it had the gray with the black specks in them.
Yep.
They got me a bootleg pair, right, from Kmart.
Man,
I got torched, dog. And
Oh,
then when the third ones came out,
yeah.
instead of that, he got me a pair of like Void 99s that looked like it.
Void?
I got
Oh, shoot, son.
They let you have it.
Boy!
Man, I was spoiled with toys, but it
Yeah.
came to clothes and shoes.
They wasn't
Yeah,
spending
my
it.
parents, they weren't playing around. Because there was a lot of folks getting killed
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
troop jackets and triple
For sure,
fat goose.
for sure. Yeah.
Triple fat.
And
Wow.
so
I know,
I've
boy.
never had Jordans, Ewings, none of that. My parents would get us British Knights, Champs.
I used to love the BKs, though.
BK Nights.
BK Knights. Yeah, I had a nice pair of those. My mother looked at me. She was like, "I don't want you getting shot over these."
I know.
No, I think I
First of all, I'm not walking anywhere. You picking me up and dropping me off.
Exactly.
What shoes?
British Knights.
Oh,
I had a pair of Adidas Torsions one time, and yeah, my mother used to work at Sears, so she get everything cheap. They only had one pair left, and they were a 13. And I only wear like 8. I said, "Mom, I want them." I said, "I gotta have them because they sweet. They're Adidas." I got them. She was like, "You do realize how big those are?" I said, "I want them." So she got them for like $10, $15. Man, I went to school and they let me have it, bro.
Because they can hear you coming.
Well, no. What happened was the tips started curling up like this, and they started calling me Babalobo. They were like, "Babalo!" And Dean turned on me and he called me Babalo.
No, first of all, bro, cousin of yours is the worst person of all time.
No, he let me have it. I'm like, Dean. And I just had to stop wearing them. They let me, like the girls, they be at the locker like, "Look, here he comes, here he comes." There he is.
Oh my God.
But they started turning up.
Look, here he comes.
And I tied them tight so they would fit. So the front was like that. They let me have it, bro. I mean, and I endured it. Yeah, I endured it. I think I tripped one time.
Oh, man, that's so bad. You like Bozo the Clown?
Yeah, my boy Chuck LaCharles could vet this story. He was like, "Man, they let you have it, bro."
That's so
13s
funny,
on an 8.
man.
I wear 8.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
That's bad.
I understand that, boy. I understand.
Yeah, they let me have it on that, bro. But if you get fake Jordans, you gotta just dig your grave, bro, because they gonna let you have it. Fake Jordans are the worst you can do.
So ain't nothing you could do worse than that.
Yeah, man.
Woo, I'm crying.
I'd rather you give me some LA gears or something.
Definitely.
Than to give me just some knockoffs. Oh.
Yeah, knockoffs are bad.
Man, I had some shoes. I had tracks.
Uh-huh.
TRAXX. They hear me coming down the
Man.
tap dancing.
Bro.
Yeah.
Terrible, man.
We used to only have LA gears. We had some Fila's.
I had some Reeboks.
I had some Reeboks.
Nobody was gonna shoot you over Reeboks.
Yeah.
I'm saying?
But yeah, I didn't have a pair of Nikes until I was probably in like 8th, 9th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
My first pair
I
of
was middle school.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I upgraded to Brooks. When we got in middle school, upgraded to Brooks.
I had one damaged shirt and then one cross color or something, and I thought I was doing well.
That stuff. You thought you
Yeah, because I would wear them like a couple times a week.
So,
man.
I had
religiously.
My mom.
I'm in style.
My mom had a. So remember, we used to dress in clothes that were way too big.
Yeah.
So my mom had a Coogee sweater that she didn't want anymore.
Yeah.
And she, whatever reason, stopped wearing it. Man, it was a green. I'll never forget this Coochie sweater. It was the only name brand thing that I had at the time, and it lasted for years.
Yeah,
I wore that thing to every event, everything I could think of. It was middle of summer. I was rolling the sleeves up on that mug. Man, with my Coochie boy.
That's how I was. Man.
And Biggie was real popular back at that time.
Yeah. I get an article of clothing, man, I would hang on to it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm being style.
Right.
whatever it cost. I mean,
Yep.
Man.
Moth holes and everything. That mug was so old.
And you know what, man? Getting like bullied and stuff back then was nothing for us, man. I mean, you had dudes that chose you, and you just dealt with that, man.
You just dealt with it.
It didn't even, it's just part of life. It builds your character, man.
Yeah.
So I had dudes trying to choose me all the time, but see, I was a bit of like a smart aleck, and I could make people laugh. So people didn't mess with me too long. You know what I'm saying? And then like I could draw and stuff. So we have like talents and things. People kind of leave you alone. But initially, if you dress a certain way, they be like, man, look at your shirt. One time these crowd of dudes was following me down the hallway. They was like, dude, who cut your hair, dog? Man, I beat his head for, like my father cut my hair, man.
It's just a single tear.
Yeah, a single tear. You know what I'm saying?
I remember one time your dad cut my hair. So his dad has had an afro. Well, he shaved his head now.
Yeah.
But your dad had an afro for what, 40 plus years? But listen, here's the thing. When I was a little kid, I couldn't have been in more than like first, second grade.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Your father cut my hair in Nana's kitchen. I have no idea why. My mama kept me at the barbershop. For whatever reason, this particular time, my Uncle Gary cut my hair. And he gave me the exact same afro that he had.
I love it.
I went to school like,
man. Seriously, that's how I be. I would rather wear off-brand shoes than have a bad haircut any day.
Man.
I would rather my clothes be hit because when you have a bad haircut,
It's over.
it's over.
And it takes about a month.
Hold on.
Man.
Do you remember the time you cut Ethan's hair?
Oh, to this day, I gave him the V in the back.
It was a V in the back.
The boys let him have it.
Hey,
And he was real quiet. He was like, no, that's cool. That's cool. I'm all right.
Dog, he got a straight V. He turned me off to a point.
It was bad. And he was real nice. He was nice about it. I'm cool. No, I'm good.
how old were you?
Dude, I was like 20.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
Yeah,
Man, they roasted me so bad. They started taking photos of it.
Yeah, it was bad.
The last airbender haircut.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, because I was high. Look, man, he was like, it's cool. Yeah, he was upset, boy. I think I left shortly after. I was like, all right,
Oh my God.
they let him
They
have it.
let me have it.
All right,
They was like, E, turn around.
Man, that's a classic, bro. Yeah, that's a classic.
All right, so I got one like that. Except for mine is a real. It hurt. I was emotional about it when it first happened. Now I can laugh at it. My boy David went to cosmetology and barbers college. His first haircut ever. I think I might have been his first haircut ever outside of that. Whatever. He cut my hair for my grandmother's funeral and nearly shaved me bald. I had patches. It was so deep. I don't know if you remember that, but it was at Nana's funeral.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, it wasn't Papa's funeral. It was Nana's funeral.
Okay.
Anyway, man, when I tell you my family and friends, they
laid it to you.
Oh my God. It was one of the saddest days of all of our lives, and we could not stop. When we finally got around from crying, they was like, Negro, look at this hair. What in the world? And so I didn't want to make them feel bad.
Yeah.
So same thing. I was like, oh no, it's cool, man.
I'm good.
It's all right.
No, I'm straight.
I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Right. The whole time I'm just sitting.
You dying inside.
Yeah, because I know I'm like, yo, they gonna let me have it. I already told y'all how my family is. They're pretty much relentless. They go in. Yeah, man. It was, to this day, we still laugh at that, man.
It's nothing, man. In my formative years, it's nothing worse than a bad haircut.
Yeah,
honestly, it's nothing,
man.
Yeah.
I don't care about shoes and clothes. I could live through that. But when your haircut jacked up, man, I mean, you just are gonna get.
Yep. Remember they used to call it a Timmy?
Yep, a Timmy. Cause my father, he would do the Timmy, and I'm like, Dad, I need you to fade it up. I mean, I want to fade. And then he'd be like, all right, cool. And he'd be like, man, I just hear this, and they feel like it, but then you look in the mirror, it's like one layer and then another layer.
Yep.
I'm like, how are you? He was like, I'm a layer it for you. I'm like, no, I said fade. Layer, what is that, man?
Right, with my Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah. I used to be upset, man.
Dog.
One time my mom, she cut my hair. She cut it into an arc.
Are you serious?
I remember that. Man, you had tears? I remember you had a lot of tears.
My sister was like, you look like Harpo from The Color Purple.
Man, it was like you like a monk. What is it?
Tibetan monk.
Yeah.
You look like
Yeah, I remember that. He was upset though.
Oh, that's so good.
I was like,
that was the worst line. That was historically one of the worst lines. I don't know why she did that to you.
That's so
bad. Brain surgery. Oh man, bro. Yeah, it's not worse than a bad haircut. You can't have a big part or anything. A thick wide part.
Yeah, like a finger.
Oh, they call it 8 Mile. They call us 8 Mile. You get a bad part.
All through elementary school, dog.
Yeah, you get a bad part, man.
oh man, that's crazy.
They let you
the same way, so that little part.
Oh, they let you have it, bro.
Oh man.
Your junk can't be.
Oh, that was your dad cutting your hair? Yep.
Oh,
That you just can't have bad.
He got me
haircut.
with that junk one time. I was like,
Yeah, you
Ooh,
can't have
take me
that.
back to the barbershop, baby.
Yeah,
They want to have me looking like I'm 60 years old.
man, bro.
You said your dad had a cut just like his.
No, his dad. His dad
He
cut
cut
my
your
hair
perfect
exactly
fro.
like. He cut my junk in a perfect bowl with a part here with the rest of the afro like that.
He looked at you like, in my image.
Right.
Be proud of it.
Yep. Y'all know how his hair has been.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
hair
I
was for
remember.
years.
And
it worked for him. He's an
Right.
adult.
Yeah.
But man, I was like 6 years old, bro. Why are you giving me
That
the
is
freaking
so-
George Jefferson?
Yeah, the church boy cut.
Yeah.
Man, classic
man.
times.
I love it, man.
So bad. All right. What was y'all's most embarrassing childhood moment?
I've had several.
I had a lot.
I've fallen down the stairs at school, books slide all the way down the hall. You get up like,
Oh,
and when the girls start laughing, just kill yourself.
Yeah, it's a wrap, bro.
Look at his shirt. Look at his pants. They legs be shaking. Look at him.
Right.
And it's like when the kids are laughing at you, it feels like slow motion. Like,
I'm
oh,
gonna laugh at you.
right, yeah.
Dog.
I falling down the stairs and my glasses. I get up. It's like a classic sitcom.
Right.
You get up, you're like, wah, wah, wah. So yeah, embarrassing falling down the stairs for me is pretty bad.
Falling, yeah. That's
Falling
pretty
down the stairs, but then just trying to get up, get your books, get sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough.
Man, I don't know. I had so many of them, man. It's not even funny, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta think about it.
You ever catch a
You got
beat down?
one?
Anybody ever catch a
God.
anybody ever catch a beat down and get in a fight?
I got a real bad.
yeah.
I got a real bad beat. I've been in fights before. I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't lose a lot, but I got one specifically where I got body slammed real hard in front of this girl that I liked.
Wow,
This
that's
dude-
hard.
This dude picked. First of all, he was twice my size.
'Cause
He
you
was
were
the same
little.
age, and we couldn't have been in more than like 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah.
This boy picked me up over his head and threw me on the ground.
Man.
Hard, and I was like.
Knocked the wind out of you?
Knocked all the wind out of me.
Yeah.
And the girl I liked was standing behind. We were in line going to the lunchroom. The girl I liked was standing right behind me in line.
That's
She was
hard.
looking down there and be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh,
I was looking
Man.
up like,
That's the worst. That is the
It
worst.
was really
Nothing
bad,
can beat
man.
that. When
That
you
was
get
a wrap for that.
When you get
What's
embarrassed
crazy
from a
is-
girl.
that's been 30 years ago, and I remember that boy's name.
Yeah.
I remember his name. Oh my goodness! If I see him again, it's on. That we was in like 4th grade.
Right.
He probably won't even remember that.
Yeah.
You know how people be holding on to
Right,
stuff?
yeah.
What you talking about, man?
Right,
I ain't do that to you.
Exactly.
Right. That's funny.
Like, that was my brother, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You got one?
I can't think of one in particular. Like I said, it's just between the bootleg clothes and everything else.
I know that was enough.
It's a whole bunch of it.
Same
bro.
thing.
All right, I got
A whole
one.
bunch of it.
All right, I got one. It's okay. So, how can I start this story? Okay, so there was this girl I liked. Okay, remember, you know how when you're a boy, a little kid, you don't really know how to interact with the girls that you like. So usually you just resort to picking on them or violence or pulling their hair or something crazy. So there was this girl that I really, really liked. We were in 2nd grade, I think. Second grade. Okay, so I had a friend named Charles, or I thought he was my friend. I had a friend named Charles, and we used to go to lunch across the hall from where our homeroom classroom was.
Yeah.
And so we went to lunch, And I had this prank that I was going to pull on this girl that I liked. And so, I don't know, I got it from some cartoon or TV show or whatever. I was going to glue her to her chair. In my mind, this was the prank that I was going to pull. So I said, hey, Charles, I said, come on. So we left out of the lunchroom acting like we were going to the bathroom. I went, snuck in the classroom, got this clear glue, and poured it all over this girl's seat, all over it. And that we chuckling, laughing, put the glue back and went back to the lunchroom, finished lunch, went to recess, came back to the classroom. And before she even sat down, she said, what is this on my seat? And before anybody could even respond, Charles was like, Michael did that. Blew me up in front of the whole class, in front of the girl that I liked. Yeah. I really liked this girl.
Man.
For whatever reason, I don't know why I was going to pick on her. But anyway, most embarrassing moment of my whole child. I got suspended and everything.
Wow, Charles, man.
It was rough, man. That's rough. Before anybody could even say anything, the teacher couldn't even say, what? Michael did that. And what am I going to do? They knew I had left the